Hello everybody, this is Sturm Faust coming at you with a new testing video here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Geara Zulu CM. This is going to be one of our two new suits added to GBO2 this week. The main banner suit is going to be the Rig Contio, but the Geara Zulu CM was added as part of a guaranteed boosted supply drop. And similar to suits like the Dozelzaku and the Johnny Biden's Gelgook, this is going to be a guaranteed pool where you will get the level associated with that pool, meaning the suit does have a level 1 through 4 variant. And in this video here, we'll be taking a look at the native cost version and see what the Geara Zulu CM has to offer us. And jumping into the details here, the Geara Zulu CM is a 600 cost support unit that is usable on both ground and space. For your stats, you have 20,000 mobile suit HP, you have 28 ballistic, 29 beam, and 15 melee resistance, you have 45 range strength and 15 melee strength, you have 130 movement speed and 190 top speed, 70 thrust gauge, and 60 turning speed. And for your part slots, you have 12 close, 16 mid, and 18 long range slots. For your melee priority, you have a priority of 1, you have space compatibility, and the suit is considered a 3-star. So stats here do look pretty nice for the CM here. Kind of putting it side by side with the Geara Zulu Angelo, you have some very similar stats between both suits here. You have the same HP, some of your resistances are different. The CM trades some of its range strength for more melee strength, and you have a bit more movement speed compared to the Angelo. So really cool to see another support variant of the Geara Zulu for 600 here, and going to be interesting to see how it compares to the Angelo here. We'll jump into the weapons and see what we have for the kit here. And starting off for our primary, we have the Geara Zulu CM Beam Sniper Rifle. This is a beam weapon with 500 power, 60% heat rate, and 450 range. You have to stop the fire of this weapon, but it can move while focused. Normal fire does not suppress, but deals continuous damage, and focus fire offers suppression together with continuous damage. So it does sound like you get a double gerobi by the sounds of it with this beam rifle here, so should make for a very interesting long-range weapon. And this is your only primary as well. Here are the other levels for the sniper rifle, which are all available in the RT store. For our main melee weapon, we have the Geara Zulu Beamhawk. This is the same beam tomahawk shared with the base Geara Zulu. That's going to be 2,900 power with a cooldown of 2.5 seconds. For our sub-weapons, we have the Beam Sniper Rifle Rapid. This is a beam weapon with 700 power, 23% heat rate, and 400 range. Must stop the fire, but has a reasonable firing rate. You have the Sturm Faust left. This is a ballistic weapon with 1000 power, 4 ammo, and 200 range. And you have the Sturm Faust right, which has the same exact stats as the left version. So you have two pairs of Sturm Faust that both have 1000 power, 4 ammo, and 200 range. So should be interesting to see how that functions there. For our skills, we have High Performance Radar level 3, High Performance Scope level 3, Observational Data Link, Scouting Parallel Processing Device, High Performance Aerospace Gimbal level 2, Frontline Support System level 2, Leg Shock Absorber level 2, Anti-Blast Stabilizer, Damage Control, High Performance Balancer, High Spec Ambac level 2, Force Injector level 2, Special Left Arm Equipment Buffer level 4, so for your quote-unquote shield for this suit, Special Back Add-on Buffer level 3, Immobile Fire System level 2, and Anti-Air Ranged Aux program level 1, where it increases your range attack damage to airborne favorable category enemies by 50%, and enemies that are airborne to a skill effect are also targeted. So it does look like they try to give this a bit of a anti-air kind of, perk there, so should be good for some of the suits that we do have at 600. But yeah, that is going to be everything we have for the skills and weapons here for the Geara Zulu CM. So let's take it out to port base and see what this suit can do. And here we have the Geara Zulu CM on the ground here, and yeah, looking pretty good so far. Again, you do have a faster movement speed than the Geara Zulu Angelo, but a similar boost speed, so you do walk a bit faster here. But yeah, here are our targets, a Dejay and the Pallas Athena. And we'll start with the Dejay here with the uncharged fire, see what the Beam Sniper Rifle can do here. And uncharged, it does look like a accumulation, a pretty quick accumulation at that. Looking at the Pallas here, you don't get the same stun rate. I believe the Pallas does have skills that make it a bit harder to stun with accumulation. We'll move on to a charge here against the Dejay. And yeah, it looks like that is going to be a instant stun gerobi beam, and it looks like it gets some good damage as well. Meaning we should be able to stun the Palace as well. So yep, you can use that instant stun to stop a suit like the Palace. I'm actually going to disable the enemy destruction so we can test out the other weapons here. We have our Beam Hawk here, which looks like it has a rather normal melee pattern for the Geara Zulu here. Similar neutral, similar side swing, and downswing on the Dejay is going to be the same downswing animation shared with the base Geara Zulu. I think even the Angelo one uses this as well, so I think for all the Geara Zulus they share the same animation. But yeah, it does really get some pretty nice melee damage on the Dejay, over 4,000, so melee output does look pretty good on this suit. Next we have the Beam Sniper Rifle with its rapid fire. And kind of slowish rapid fire there, but it looks like it does have a decent accumulation. We'll try against the Dejay. And yeah, with the 3 shots you can get a stun against the Dejay here. Again, Palace going to be a bit harder to stun here. Looks like you would have to fire it twice to get the stun there on a suit like that. But yeah, rather nice looking rapid fire there. For our double Sturm Faust, again, these are the same exact weapons. You can kind of just quickly alternate between both of these here. And yeah, stack on over 2,500 damage, almost 2,600 against the Dejay here. So, so far for the weapons, looking pretty good here. We'll wait for our Sturm Faust to reload, and we'll try it on the Palace here, see what the damage numbers are. And 1,500. 1,500, both the same there. Again, same pair of Sturm Fausts, so I'm kind of doing the right and left weapon thing they've done with suits like the Gundam Mark V that has the double incoms, or the 600 cost silver bullet that has the 2 beam blades. So really cool to see them implement that on another suit here with the left and right kind of weapon functionality. We'll move on to the Kaplant here, see what damage we get here. Pretty alright damage with the uncharged beam. Go for the charged gerobi. And yeah, get that instant stun. Do the rapid fire. Not gonna get a stun on the Kaplant. I think that also has some skills to make it a bit harder to stun here. But for a Sturm Faust, a little over 1,800. So yeah, pretty decent damage against a raid here. Definitely some good stunning capabilities with the uncharged beam, so could be useful if somebody is charging towards you here. We'll start moving over here. We're going to put on the forced counter so we can see what the counter animation for the Geara Zulu CM here is. And yeah, slowly make our way over to the Dejay. Actually forgot to check the melee damage on the Kaplant there, but let's see. We do a tackle here. And yeah, looks like you do get the pretty standard kick animation. So it is nice to see here. Let's see how much damage we get for a flat tackle. Okay, 450 against the Palace there. Not a whole lot of damage for a straight tackle. I'll go over here and test the melee damage on the Kaplant here. And also do some neutrals on the Dejay as well. I've only tested the downswing so far. So neutral. A little over 1,800. Go over a downswing. And yeah, almost 2,500. So even against a raid, I'd say it's pretty decent for a, at least a support at least, kind of having the type disadvantage and not having the most melee damage. I think that might be mainly attributed to the Beam Hawk though, just having, I think, actually high melee damage. So yeah, over 2,600 on a support. And for the Dejay, yeah, over 3,000 on a neutral, so side swing, a little over 2,400, and again for that downswing, yeah, over 4,000. You can kind of go for a little Sturm Faust combo too, so it looks like the combo potential could be really good for this as well. Kind of get a quick stun, do that, and just hit somebody for both Sturm Fausts, so that could be an interesting combo. Could pair that with the rapid as well. So yeah, it looks like it's gonna have some nice combo potential as well, in case somebody gets close to it, or just needs to, you know, do a combo on somebody that's already downed. Let's do that, that, and that. I'm actually gonna turn the destruction back on so we can see if we can get a full combo on the DJ, kind of see how much damage we can get. I'm gonna finish off the DJ over here, make my way over, and we'll see what damage we can get on like a full kind of combo for this unit. Finish off the power swarm over here as well. Finishing downswing, nice. And we'll wait for the DJ to spawn back in. Any second now, hopefully. There it is, taking his time there, but yeah, we'll see. We'll start with a charge here. Do that. Let's say maybe they go for a dodge, and we go with the triple beam. Go for that, and then we'll go Sturm Faust and Sturm Faust. And you can follow it up with a neutral as well, so really high damage potential for like a combo there. So yeah, it looks really nice for the Geara Zulu CM. So, oh, actually you can also go straight into your melee as well, so that's also a really nice feature to have there. Will make it easier to re-stack somebody, and yeah, quickly get a follow-up on them. That, a bit slower on the follow-up that time, but yeah, it looks like you can get just about a full damage combo, so let's see if we just do this, and then that. Okay, that's all you have to be like a bit quick about it to get the full, like, Sturm Faust into Sturm Faust into the neutral, but it does look like it is possible. So, yeah, I really don't think there's too much else I can showcase here for the Geara Zulu CM that isn't, you know, something we'll see in some matches here. So, I think that might be just about it for the testing here. We'll just see the boarding animation. Suit is going to be very similar to the, base Geara Zulu there. Going to have pretty similar looking animation. But yeah, I think that's just about everything I can show off here in testing mode for the Geara Zulu CM. And again, it does look like a really decent support for what it has to offer. Again, really like the double Sturm Faust. I think that's going to be a really good combo there. Let's see. Oh, actually, both of my Sturm Faust are reloading. I was going to say, try to finish off the Palace here with it, but yeah, it does look like a rather decent support unit. So, yeah, not really sure how much I would recommend it yet, because it does seem pretty decent, but again, really most of this had to be something to test in actual matches, especially when it comes to that anti-air. I think the anti-air is going to be really useful for things like the Victory and the Shako for that cost. You also have the Violent Isolde as well. The Atlas as well, so 600 does have a few suits where I think this would be useful against with the anti-air, but we'll have to try this out in the future. I'm not going to be sure when that is, because I'm currently under a penalty level 2, unfortunately, so I think it's going to be a while until I'm able to get matches with this suit, but it does look rather decent here. 600 does have some really good support units though, so again, not really sure how I feel about this as a recommended suit to get. Does seem good for 600 support. If you have some of the other good 600 units, I'm not entirely sure yet, but for what it has to offer, it does look pretty decent, and it is always a guaranteed pool, so if you do have a lot of tokens pulled up, or saved up, and you just want to do a pool for the level 1 here, does look like it's going to be quite fun. So that's going to be everything I have for this testing video here. Eventually we'll have to try and get this out into some actual matches, and really looking forward to it, because again, this does look like a rather fun support for what it has here. So that's going to be all for this testing video here. Comment down below what you think about the Geara Zulu CM. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and if that's, I will see you all in the next one. Later.